Hi, good morning. Welcome to the living room. Different spot today. Coffee. Oh, you wouldn't know this, but I actually showed you how I make my coffee. But this is Lively Up by Marley, but it didn't film properly. So I'm filming it again, the other part. All right. So now we're waiting. Mom's making tea for the repairman or the cabinet installers to come. Thought I would let you know why there are spaces in between when I'm uploading for Disability Pride Month. This has been going on for a while. So those are water bottles being crushed. So what has happened is we've had a bit of a leak with taps and stuff in the kitchen. And so what we were originally only going to do was just replace the taps, right? Because we had one of those pull-out hoses things. All right. And so Ma thought that it would be a better idea to get rid of that because you could see where the thing was. And it had ruined the bottom of the cupboard. And we were figuring on just fixing that. All right. So first problem that comes into this is that it's a sort of a space underneath the window. All right. With the cover and the countertop. But it's 2 units, so it's a single right near the side door, and then where the sink is, that is 2 separate cupboards, so 2 double door, no, 1 double, one and 1 single. And so on this one, the floor goes all the way through. Now all the plumbing is there, and stuff. So if you're gonna fix that, you're gonna have to fix the whole thing. We had thought, like maybe box it and do all those things, and it's melamine, so what are you gonna do? Okay, now we also live in a small town, so finding people who do this kind of stuff that are at least within relative distance of you is difficult at the best of times. Okay, and this quest to find somebody started by looking for somebody to haul away tree limbs. Okay, but I digress. So anyway, this gentleman offered to come and do the yard waste, and we said, "Do you know anybody who does this type of repair?" "Oh yeah, I do." "Okay, fine." So we go, and he's looking and everything, and he makes all this stuff, and it was going to be all right. Everything was good for what it was gonna cost and stuff, and he got the taps, and they're actually sitting over there. Hang on. See them? There they are. So then he comes back over with the taps, and he goes to look underneath the in the cupboard for where the sink is to make sure of where everything is and how the tubes come down. I'm going to explain this really well because I don't really understand it. So here you go. All right. And he was counting, and this apparently has 3 holes, and so he had to check for that. All right. So spreads out the mat. Down he goes. Takes pictures with the phone. Comes back out, and the first thing he says is, "I have bad news." No. But here I am standing there pouring milk, and so I asked, "What?" And not only is the floor of the cupboard damaged, but the countertop has had water come through, and it's made it in a hole. So now the countertop and the whole base cabinet need to be replaced. Okay? The original thought was, well, we do both base cabinets because we had one on this side and we have a little one on the other side next to the fridge, and then the stove is on the other side. But that was, so we decided against that and went with just the one side. And now, uh, now it's just waiting, and here they come, and and they're going to measure for the cabinets, and they're going to order the cabinets, and apparently, cabinets take maybe as little as 2 weeks. Countertops take at least 3, and then they would be here, and they would come and they take the stuff out, and then they put them all in, and yeah. So this has been an ongoing thing, but we're dealing with it. What can I say? We're having fun though, aren't we, Ma?
Oh, God, yes.
Okay. So they come, they've measured, they've done everything that apparently they have to do for this now. So this whole thing is coming out. Countertop, these cabinets. So the sink will get popped and we'll put the new taps in as well.
Sheriff, let me be clear.
Here.
Colonel Harris
Now,
doesn't
I
want
don't know if you can
revenge.
see here.
He's not suing anyone.
This is all
He doesn't want to ruin anyone's career.
cracked.
But we,
Okay.
as a military
So
institution,
what's happening
cannot accept
is
our
this
veterans
area
being
is
treated this
sinking.
way.
And that's
Smith understood the
why
message. Political
doors are
weight,
stuck.
institutional pressure, consequences that went
there's a
far
hole
beyond a
about
local
here
precinct. What do you suggest?
where
a training
the,
program developed in
the
partnership
water has
with
eaten
us.
through the
Your officers will
countertop.
visit our base.
Okay, so
to
we're getting
understand what it
all of
truly
that
means
fixed
to
up.
serve this country.
And
You'll be done, Captain. 1 week later,
so
at the municipal
this is the only one that we could afford to do
Sheriff Smith gathered all the officers for an emergency
at this
meeting.
point,
Everyone
because with both
starting
things,
today,
and it's a
we're
good
implementing
price.
a
I'm
new
not saying it's
protocol
not a
for
good price.
field encounters. And all of you will
So it's
be
about
attending training at the military base.
a little over $3,700 for that. And when you're working on pension, like that's what we live on, and so that's it's a lot to save up, along with doing all of the other regular things, right? So, but what we are getting, and here I'll take you along with me here. Hang on. So we were going to do this, okay, but because it made sense, right, to do this along with everything. But with the price that came in, because apparently the banks of drawers are expensive, and we just couldn't swing it like that, not with the cost of that and installation and stuff. But because of the way that they have to buy countertop, we are getting this extra piece of countertop basically free, because we have to, so they're going to do the installation, and so at least the countertop will match, which is fabulous. And apparently uppers are less, and so we'll be able to do these as soon as we can save again for it. We've got them on that side. And this side, and kitchen. Okay, but so this is what we are doing. All this. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 unit. And then this is another unit, but it's all coming out. And I'll show you, this door is stuck. And the reason why it's stuck is this. Pretty yucky. And we are currently living with things being cleared out. There's going to be even more cleared out in order to have this done. But hopefully we've got like a 2-week, maybe 4 weeks, depending, for between the countertops and the cabinets to get everything done. So that'd be good. Well, this would be actually exciting.
What?
If he could find a doorknob, which is what I think he's going to do, right? That would be like exciting, because we haven't had a doorknob since at least 2012.
Oh, God.
At least there.
Yeah.
Okay, because that, okay,
When did your father die?
Daddy died in 2014.
Yeah, so, yeah. So he had to have
Right.
his...
So at least at least 2012, maybe 2011. Right? Around there, because 2011 he was still pretty good.
Yeah.
Because 2012 you were in the hospital to have your stent put in.
Yes. Yeah.
So 2011, maybe, okay, we might even go back 2010. There we go. Right? And stuff, but that would be spectacular.
Yeah.
And that they're doing that to give us the extra counter piece. I mean, okay, they're going to have this extra little off piece that they wouldn't, have anything to do with. But that's very nice. I like it. So we have the countertop on the other side.
Oh, that'll be.
That will match. It's a small piece, but it'll look
Yeah.
really nice,
Yeah. Yeah.
And stuff. And the colors, that's good too, eh?
So even if we have to use, I'm thinking here,
Yeah.
we've got 5,000 in the bank.
Yeah, don't
right?
don't do that. No.
Oh,
No.
Okay, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Then we got pretty near the other.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay. Then we've got 2,000 in the visa and 2,000.
Yeah, but
in
no.
the thing. I just don't.
I know. I realize that. Okay? But not to put us in a financial spot.
Yeah, that's what I don't want to do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
okay. So if we do this, I will, honest to God, we'll go as hard at it as we possibly can go.
Mhm.
Okay? To get to next year. Okay?
Yeah.
Right? In order to be able to do some more.
Mhm.
Okay? And stuff. I mean, it all depends too. Like, do you want to keep all the cupboards we have? So, like, all I'm saying is, do you want the ones on this side, obviously? Okay, but all the stuff that goes, like, over on that side, do we need it all? Because the one that's over the stove, we don't, and then there's the one over the fridge that we don't go in. But is that dumb to take it away to say, like, okay,
I think when you start changing, you have to take the whole row.
Yeah. Okay. So then we would work towards that. But we want to do the doors before we do the cupboards.
Oh God, yeah.
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 So this is a good thing. It's either that or we could maybe appeal to the Prime Minister and say, "Hi. So
Sure. And he's looking for some place to get money.
Oh yeah. But then if we can come up with a shovel-ready nation-building plan. And we've been doing this. I got shelves from Amazon in here to put the extra stuff in because I've been building up stock. And the rest of it's in the closet there to make sure we're covered for different odd things. And the recycling is here. And water for the winter so that they don't have to deliver water in with the ice and snow outside. Okay, so we're back in my room again. And I'm gonna finish this up here. But that's why it has taken, so I take a few days off here and there because I'm scheduling in between having all of these things done. And when I've talked about in other videos what I think about universal housing and accessible builds and all those kinds of things, and what a livable wage is, these are the things that I take into consideration. You can't have a decision on what a livable wage is unless you're willing to meet people where they're at. Different stages of life, different things, different sorts of disabilities, different needs altogether. A parent or parents of a disabled child have different needs than a disabled person my age, okay, so 67 has, and housing is different as well. Okay, so how do you come up with a livable wage? If you build for accessible housing and universal housing, you will have places hopefully at an affordable rate, because that is the way that housing should be when you're talking seniors, people with disabilities, all families that are in that position as well. Okay, and options, as I've said before. So there you have to figure all of that stuff in before you even come up with what is a livable pension. All right, between my mom and I, we approach what is considered statistically to be poverty level in Ontario. So either one of us alone does not. um, my thought about that is that poverty is looking behind at me and waving and laughing. However, we're doing okay. We're getting stuff done. But we're also at a time in our life's journey where our home is almost paid for. And we don't do that much because we are disabled. And so the disposable income that we have can be meted out in different ways. So a livable wage for us, although, you know, when you say like that there should be room for things like a little bit of entertainment and stuff like that, you can get by without it. We are proof of that, and other people have done it as well. But for people with children who are disabled, there's not a chance in hell, as far as I'm concerned, that any kid should be denied the right to play, the right to giggle and laugh and do all kind. There's nothing. And if there is any way that they can be helped and assisted and have a great place to live or great parks to go to and events and stuff for them, yes. So for kids and their families, a livable wage is a totally different thing. And those are all the things that need to be considered here. When you talk about accessible housing, you need to look at meeting disabled people's immediate needs. And that would include some form of rent or lower cost housing for them and made to meet their needs, so to suit their disabilities. When you are talking universal housing, you're talking something totally different, really. You're talking the ability to walk in there as, say, a young person starting out on your career journey and going through your life and being able to adjust that space as you grow into it. So if you decide to marry or to adopt children or to have children of your own, or that you are going to be renting a portion of your house or doing all of those things that you do through the middle portion of your life when you are making the biggest part of your earning potential. And then as you get older and you're starting to slow down and do more self awareness things, then you again need to be able to adapt your space to suit that. You may want to take up gardening when you get older. You may want to learn how to water ski or country dance or ballroom dance, or, you know, like any kind of thing. You may want to travel more. So you may want different things in your space. But if universal design is incorporated into building now, that will figure into it greatly, and we'll be able to have people who have paid down or paid off their housing, be it condominiums or townhouses or, you know, detached homes, whatever it's going to be, or have living arrangements that are more equitable for them. So then again, a livable wage changes all the way through. That's my spiel on this. Okay, that's what I think. But now I have at least showed you different parts of my house, and told you what I've been doing and why things don't come up. So we will now return you to your regularly scheduled programming, and I will hopefully get a video uploaded. Today's Thursday? Okay, for Saturday to continue with the Disability Pride Month. Okay? All right. Thanks a lot, guys.